how today's problems are going to be different from yesterday. We will see that in today's lecture, there is a possibility that you can have more than one particular solution for a problem. Till yesterday, we were talking only about one solution for a problem. But today, we are going to see more than one solution also for a given problem. Second, we are going to see a different type of problem, which is not usual in the sense that you are not given the figures like this directly. You have to arrive at the figures. And how to arrive at the figures, that we'll see. So, little bit difficult question, and then we'll take one examination question also. Students, yesterday what we had done was we had just taken the problems and solved them, went on preparing the tables. What I would expect you to do in the examination is to write some statements after your working is done or before your working is done. So, for example, given a particular problem, I would expect that we write down what we are doing. For example, yesterday one student had asked me, sir, why to do the row operation and column operation? So we'll write it down that to reduce the matrix to the lowest cost matrix, to the lower cost matrix, we have to do row operations and column operations. So when we are doing the row operations, we write that row operations being performed to reduce the matrix to the lower cost of matrix. We take the minimum element in each row and subtract it from all the other elements. So like that, we'll write small statements so that, because the questions are going to be carrying about 8 to 10 months, as you have seen. So we'll have to write something explaining the table that we are preparing so that examiner also feels that we are writing along with the solution, something that is to be given to the examiner for correction. And today's one of the problems today is going to be one big problem that I'm going to solve. As I told you, which is a little bit different problem from what we have done normally. So there we have to write a lot of statements because a lot of things are going to be written over there. Okay, so let us try to solve question number 4 first, and then we'll come to question number 5. Okay, everyone is ready? Shall we start? Okay, let us see question 4. Yes. An automobile dealer wishes to put 4 repairmen to 4 different jobs. Okay, the repairmen have somewhat different kind of skills and they exhibit different levels of efficiency from one job to another. The dealer has estimated the number of man hours that would be required for each job man combination. This is given in the form of a matrix in the following table. Okay, man they have given vertically, so man 1, man 2, man 3, man 4, job A, job B, job C, job D. So all those details are given. Find the optimum assignment that will result in minimum man hours needed. So let us start. What we'll do is we'll write down the given table first. Jobs are given A, B, C, and D. One second, just take a pause. So let us write down man 1, man 2. We'll write it as M1, M2, M3, M4. Okay. Now 5765, 3947, 2257, and 8678. Now, what we will do is below this, we'll write here step 1. Okay, whatever we are doing, we'll write it down. Reduce to lower cost matrix. Reduce to lower cost matrix. Excel sheet is not visible. Below. One second. Now it is visible. Okay. Reduce to lower cost matrix. Take minimum element. Take minimum element in each row. In each row, and subtract from all elements. And subtract from all elements. To get table 1. To get table 1. Reduce to lower cost matrix. Full stop. Take minimum element in each row and subtract from all elements to get all elements in that row. To get table 1. And then you prepare table 1 and write the row operation. Then as usual. In the examination, you will have to draw the columns and the rows. You have to draw a proper table. So don't do like this in the exam. Because I'm having Excel sheet and the columns are already there, I'm not drawing the columns and rows. But in the examination, you have to draw the rows and columns. Now, in the first row, 2 is minimum. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. Then second row also 2 is common. 2 is minimum. So 7 minus 2 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6 minus 2 4. Then in this 4 is minimum. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. 5 minus 4 1. 7 minus 4 3. And then 5 is minimum. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 5 2. 2 and 3. Then below this you write step 2. Take minimum element in each column and reduce from all elements in that column. Reduce from all elements in that column. to get table 2. To get table 2. Okay. So now let us take table 2 now. We'll draw table 2. And we will be writing here for table 2 column operation. Column operation. So A, B, C, D, M1, M2, M3, M4. So in the first column, column A, 0 is minimum. So figures will come as here 3520. Second one also 0 is column minimum. So 1702. 0 is the minimum number. All the figures will come down as here. Then 0012. 3 is minimum. 6 minus 3. 4 minus 3. 3 minus 3. 3 minus 3. Now, using the pencil, below this only you will write first. Draw minimum horizontal and vertical lines. Draw minimum horizontal and vertical lines. To cover all the zeros. To cover all the zeros. So first we go row wise. Row wise, this will have 2 zeros. This is having 2 zeros, so they get cancelled. Then column wise, this is having, column C is having 2 zeros. Okay. Now what will you write here? There are only 3 rows, sorry, 3 lines. Total number of lines drawn are not equal to the total number of rows and columns. Next line write. Total number of lines drawn is 3 and it is not equal to number of rows and columns. Okay. Now if we do the allocation assignment over here, what will happen? Row wise if I am going, first row has got 1 0. So corresponding 0 gets cancelled. Second row has got no 0 then to be taken. Third row has got 2 zeros. Fourth row has got 2 zeros. Column A has got 1 0, so I assign over here. Corresponding 0 gets cancelled. Column B has got 1 0. Corresponding 0 gets cancelled. So only 3 assignments take place. Okay, only 3 assignments take place. Point is clear? Since there are only 3 lines, only 3 assignments take place. Now what you do is, you write down in this case, only 3 assignments are possible. So now what do? We find out from the uncancelled or uncovered elements, which is the minimum one. Which are the uncovered elements now? Which are the uncovered elements? Uncovered elements is 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 1. Which is the minimum out of this? The minimum out of this is 1. We have to see the minimum. Yesterday somebody was asking me, is it always 1? It is not always 1. The minimum out of this is going to be the number taken. Okay? So I will write that now. Write down. Consider minimum element from the uncovered elements. From the uncovered elements. That is 1. And subtract it from all uncovered elements. Subtract it from all uncovered elements. And add it. Where to add? At the point of intersection. At the point of intersection. Now, this you can write in your own words, not necessary to write exactly as I write. Add it at the point of intersection of the horizontal and vertical lines. Horizontal and vertical lines. Okay? This is clear? You can continue this. To get table 3. To get table 3. Okay. So now let us prepare table 3. One to be subtracted from all the uncovered elements. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. At the point of intersection, I will have to add, but otherwise it will remain the same. 0 and 3 plus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. 0 will remain as it is. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 2 will remain as it is. 0 will remain as it is. 1 will become 1 plus 1 in point of intersection. 2. 0 will remain as it is. 0, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, then 0. Check whether I have done correctly. Okay. Now let us try to draw the horizontal and vertical lines so as to cover maximum number of zeros, minimum number of lines to cover a maximum number of zeros. So first row will get cancelled, second row will get cancelled, third row will get cancelled, fourth row will get cancelled. 4 lines, 4 lines. Below that, the number of lines drawn, the number of lines drawn are now equal to number of rows. Therefore, it must be the optimal solution. It must be the optimal solution. Okay. Now, pay attention. Allocation. How to do the allocation? Very important. How to do the allocation? We are going to search for single zero in a row first. Single zero in a row. Single zero in a row. Do we have single zero in any row? In any row. First row, M1, there are 2 zeros. M2, there are 2 zeros. M3, there are 2 zeros. M4, there are 2 zeros. So in the row, I don't get a single zero. Okay. So what I do, I go for columns now. Columns, first column, I'm having a single zero. So I put the box over there, assign over there. Corresponding zero gets cancelled. Second column, I've got 2 zeros. Third column, I've got 2 zeros. Fourth column, I've got 2 zeros. Now comes the twist over here. See, when I'm having 2 zeros everywhere, whether it is row or column now, the problem comes which zero to assign and which zero to cancel. Because if I take this particular assignment, I'll cancel this zero. But if I don't take this assignment, then I will take this assignment. So that means I will have two possible solutions. So I will show both the solutions. So this is one solution. In column B, I have taken this zero. Okay, so the corresponding zero, row and column will get cancelled. In column C, there is only 1 zero, so this gets assigned. Okay, column C, this is assigned, corresponding zero gets cancelled. Column D, there is only 1 zero. This is the answer. This is one allocation. This is one solution. Okay, this is one solution. So over here, I'll write. In this case, there are two possible solutions. Solution 1. Man, job, okay, and time. Both should give us the same number of hours. Okay, man, it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Man 1 gets job B. Man 1 gets job B. Man 2 gets job C. Man 2 gets job C. Man 3 gets job D. And man 4 gets job A. Okay, go to your original question. 1B, original question, 1B. What is the value? The first table that you have done. 1B, the value is, 1B, the value is how much? Go to your original question. 1B, what is the value? 1B, what is the value? Value is 3. Okay. When you're writing the final answer, you have to go to the original question once again. So 1B, it is time is 3. 2C, what is the value? 2. 2C, the value is 2. 3D, what is the value? 7. Okay, 3D, value is 7. 4A, value is 5. Achha, total how much? 7 and 3, 10, 17 answers. Minimum time taken. 17 hours. Okay, this is solution number 1 with this assignment. Solution 1 with this assignment. Okay, is this clear? Now I will take option 2. Option 2 or solution 2 with different assignment. Different assignment means table is same. Okay, I'll draw the same table. A, B, C, D. M1, M2, M3, M4. Okay, 2, 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2, 3, 0. Achha, now let us go for assignment. Row wise, every row has got 2 zeros. So we can't do anything. I want 1 0 in the row. So there is no single row with 1 0. So I go column wise. Column wise, first column has got 1 0. Corresponding 0 gets cancelled. Second column has got 2 zeros. Last time I took M1B. Now I will take this one. I will assign here. So what will happen? This will get cancelled. This will get cancelled. Over here, out of these two, what do I do? I will take this one. Assign here. This will get cancelled. Last one, this is the option available. Okay. So now solution 2 I've got. Now I should get same answer. Number of hours I should get 17. Let us see. Man, job, and time. Man, M1 gets C. M1 gets C. Then M2 gets D. M2 gets D. M3 gets B. M3 gets B. And M4 gets A. Now go to original one. Original question. M1C, 1C. 1C is 2. 1C is 2. 2D is 6. 3B is 4 and 4a is 5. How much it is coming to total? What is the total coming to? Are you getting same answer, 17 hours? Minimum time taken is 17 hours. So yesterday we had done only one solution was possible, all the questions yesterday. So when I was selecting the problems also, I was selected in such a way that each variety is covered when we are doing the problems, and we don't have any issue in understanding the questions. Okay. So because if I do one solution, if I give you only the one first solution here, then normally a student will say, no, obviously you will ask me, sir, why you are taking the MB1, why you are not taking MB3? Okay. So why you are not taking that combination? Why you are taking this combination? So I've taken both possible combinations. So we have two optimal solutions, and in both the optimal solutions, the total number of man hours required for completing the jobs remains the same. It has to be the same. Okay. Achha, now suppose, not possible, huh? But suppose, this question comes into your mind. Suppose the two solutions don't give me the same answer. Suppose solution 1 gives me 17 hours, solution 2 gives me 18 hours. It should not happen because we are doing optimal solution. It should not happen. But if it does happen because of some mistake that you have made, then I will always go for the one which is the minimum, because we are finding out the minimum man hours required now. So I'll go for the minimum. Okay. Any questions? Fine. Now question number 5 is a little bit lengthy question, in the sense that a lot of things have to be done. Up till now, what was happening was that all the figures were given to you. All these figures are given to you. But in question number 5, you want to take a screenshot of what? Screenshot of what you want to take. Soumya. Fourth table. Okay, one second. All these lectures, I'm putting it up on YouTube. It is going up on the YouTube, so you can check the website. You'll get all the things are there on the website. If you just scroll in that updates column, you just scroll up, you'll get all the lectures there. Transportation also, both the lectures are put up over there. Assignment also, the first lecture I already put up. Second lecture today, after the completion, I will put it up. So you can refer to it. Below table 2. Table 2, where it is table 2? This is table 2. Below table 2. This is below table 2. Below table 2. So for your viewing purpose, I've kept all these things on the YouTube. It will remain there. If you are subscribed to my channel, as and how I upload the videos, you will be getting the notification immediately. Otherwise, you will have to go to my website and then scroll up and down to see where the videos are. If not, if you are subscribed for the channel, you can directly go to the channel. As soon as I upload it, you get a notification. As soon as you get the notification, you can go to the channel and then click on that. So I've made things very easy for you. Technology is there at your level, at your hands. You have to make use of it. Okay. Fine. Even after the lectures are over, that is, even after I complete your portion and your lectures are over, I'll be putting up something or the other, revision lectures, this, that. So you can just go to the YouTube and just check for OM revision lectures, costing revision lectures, something or the other will be there. FM revision lectures. Okay, let us come to question 5. Question 5, I will mark it as important because it's a totally new type of question. We have said that assignment can be used for different purposes. And the different purposes are, one is assigning jobs to men, assigning jobs to machines, assigning territorial areas. I wanted to do that also, but I found that the problems are as simple as this only, so I didn't want to repeat it. Only instead of jobs and men, it can be area and men. So area, where this, which area would be allocated to which salesman, and what will be the sales that will be earned. So that type of question. So it was a repetitive question. Only instead of jobs, it was area, and it was instead of men, it was salesman. Okay, the problem is same. Then in the allocation of rooms for classes. Now, for example, your college is there, CMS college is there. So it has got several rooms. Now, which room to allocate for which particular class? Now, CMS is comparatively a smaller college. But if you go to big areas, like for example in Bombay, you have a college, a massive college where junior college, senior college, everything is there. PU college, that is pre-university, plus your degree colleges are there in the same building and they are running at the same time. So many classrooms, so many batches, and in each degree college level, you will be having 4 divisions also, A, B, C, D division. So first year BCom, there will be division A, division B, division C, division D, like that. So when you have so many batches and so many students and so many classes going on, rooms allocation, for that also you can make use of assignment. Okay, so that is one area where assignment can be used. And then the most important thing in practical life, air flights which are there running from Hyderabad to Bangalore, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Calcutta, Calcutta to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Bombay. So all these flights which are there, now so many flights are there, starting from one place and going to different places, and from different places coming to that one place. So you have flights going from Hyderabad to Cochin, Hyderabad to Bangalore, Hyderabad to Bombay, Hyderabad to maybe Calcutta, Hyderabad to some place in Assam. So there are so many destinations: Hyderabad to Delhi, Hyderabad to Punjab, Hyderabad to international destinations. So many flights outgoing. Same time, incoming flights: Calcutta to Hyderabad, Delhi to Hyderabad, Odisha to Hyderabad, Bombay to Hyderabad, Bangalore to Hyderabad, Chennai to Hyderabad, Goa to Hyderabad. So many incoming flights. So how you are going to schedule the flights? Okay. The problem of scheduling comes, and the problem of assignment of time and time slots comes, because a flight that comes, for example, a flight comes from Calcutta to Hyderabad. What happens? The flight may take off within 1 hour, but the pilots change. Because as per the DGCA rules, pilots cannot fly continuously. After after one flight, they have to take a break of 2 to 3 hours minimum. Then they can board the second flight. Or they should have a gap of at least 5 hours or so. Okay. So a pilot and a co-pilot comes from Calcutta and flies the plane to Hyderabad. So Hyderabad, they will exit from the plane. They will go home. They will take rest. Or if they are not having their homes over here in Hyderabad, they will be putting up in a hotel. They'll take a rest over there for 4 to 5 hours. Again, they'll come back. That same flight which has come will then be taken by some other person, some other pilot and co-pilot to some other destination. So like that, scheduling of flights or pairing of flights, as we call it, that also requires assignment. So how that is going to be done? A very interesting question I've put over there, question number 5. So let us look at that question and try to understand what is given. An airline that operates 7 days a week has a timetable shown below. The crew must have a minimum layover of 5 hours between flights. So this is very important. Crew must be having a gap of, layover means gap of 5 hours between flights. So they cannot fly 7 to 8, and then 8:30 again they'll take the flight somewhere else. That is not possible. So 7 to 8 they have brought the flight over here to Hyderabad. Then 8 to after 8 o'clock, after they disembark from here, 5 hours break they should have. So 8 to 1 there will be a break for them. So next flight, earliest flight they can take is 1. Okay, like that. So minimum 5 hours break should be there between two flights. Obtain the pairing of flights that minimizes the layover time away from home, assuming that crews flying from Delhi to Jaipur can be based either at Delhi or at Jaipur from any given pairing. The crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layover. Flight number 101. Now see here, what is happening is, you will normally observe that if you are having a flight number 101, Hyderabad to Calcutta, 101. When it comes as 201. It will not have the same number. The number changes, the flight number changes. So flight from Hyderabad to Calcutta, for example, if it is numbered as 101, when the same flight returns, that number becomes 201. Same way when 102 goes, let us say 102 is going from Hyderabad to Bangalore. When it comes back, it comes as 202. Okay, the numbers change. So, flight number, the first one you can see here, flight number 101, flight number 102, flight number 103, 104. Departure and arrival time is given. The first table of 3 columns is made up of Delhi to Jaipur flights. Second table is made up of Jaipur to Delhi flights, return flights. Okay. The first set of flights, that is starting with the number 1, 101, 102, 103, 104. They are all Delhi Jaipur flights. And 201 series is a return flight, Jaipur Delhi flight. Okay. Now, same with the other way around also. If the flight is starting from Jaipur to Delhi and then the return flight, same way. Okay. So the timings now, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 1:30 to 2:30, and 6:30 to 7:30. 4 flights are there. Jaipur Delhi also there are 4 flights, because 4 flights which are going the same 4 flights will come back. 201, 8 to 9:50, 202, 8:30 to 9:45, 203, 12 to 1:15, 204, 5:30 to 6:45. Okay. Now, if the timings are in the morning only of both the flights, it is not necessarily on the same day, it is on the next day. So 101, the Wi-Fi got disconnected. So I was explaining to you. So 101, 7 to 8. Immediately at 8 o'clock, it cannot depart from Jaipur to Delhi. So 8 o'clock means next day 8 o'clock. Next day 8 o'clock. Okay, like that. So 102, 8 to 9. I will say, sir, if the flight is arriving at 9 o'clock, how can you take off at 8:30? It is not like that. It is next day 8:30 you will take off and come to Delhi at 9:45. Then 103, 1:30 to 2:30. 203, 12 to 1:15. Then 6:30 to 7:30. Then here it is 5:30 to 6:45. Now, let us do the pairing of the flights. Which flight? Who can take? Let us say let us talk about crew based in Delhi. We'll take the first one. 7 to 8. Okay, 7 to 8. Pilot reaches at 8 o'clock here. Understand? It is like a story now. Pilot reaches at 8 o'clock. he should have he should have a minimum break off to continue to come back on the return journey. He should have a minimum break of 5 hours. Layoff time is 5 hours. So earliest he can come, he can get that flight back on the return journey is 1 o'clock, as I told you. From 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock. But that flight is not coming back at 1 o'clock. It is coming back at 8 o'clock the next day. So from 8 o'clock here, okay, from 8 o'clock here, how much time will be there to 8 o'clock next day? From 8 o'clock here, if he comes on the return journey 8 o'clock next day, how much time is there? How many hours? So much thinking you have to do. At 8 o'clock one day to 8 o'clock next day, how many hours? Come on, students. You are now professional level students. 24 hours, correct. 24 hours will be having, now. 8 o'clock today morning to 8 o'clock next day morning, tomorrow morning. 24 hours. So here I will have 24 hours. Point is clear? Now, this is clear. Now 101. Suppose he wants to take 202 flight. Suppose he wants to take 202 flight. How many hours will be there? I'm thinking about different combinations. 101 with 201, 101 with 202, 101 with 203, 101 with 204. All four possibilities I'm checking. Okay. So 101, if he comes at 8 o'clock here, he cannot immediately take the 8 o'clock flight of today. Today he is reaching in the morning at 8 o'clock. He cannot take today 8 o'clock flight back again. Where? You will jump or what from one flight to another flight. You can't do that. And a 5 hours of gap should be there. So you can't take this flight. So you have to take next day. So next day 8 o'clock means 24 hours. Next day 8 o'clock means 24 hours. Achha, suppose he wants to say, he says, no, I will take 202 flight. Same day he can't take because the same day the 202 flight is available at 8:30. So there is hardly a gap of 30 minutes. And he should have a gap of 5 hours, minimum 5 hours. So he can't take that. So he will take that, he can take that next day. Next day 8:30 he can take. So there he will have how much? 24 and a half hours. 8 to 8, it is 24 hours and half an hour, 8:30 now. Are you understanding? I am thinking of, see, it is like this. Flight number 101 with possibilities of 201, 202, 203, 204. If I want to take 201, if the captain of the 101 flight wants to take 201, he has to take next day morning. So next day morning it is 24 hours. If he wants to take 202 flight, it is next day morning 8:30. So 24 and a half hours. If he wants to take 203 flight, can he take same day? Can he take same day? Yes or no? Can he take same day at 12 o'clock flight? No. Why? Because from 8 o'clock 5 hours break should be there. Compulsory break of 5 hours. So from 8 o'clock earliest he can start at 1 o'clock the same day. But 1 o'clock it is not there. It is 12 o'clock. So he can't take 203 same day. He has to take 203 next day. Next day 12 o'clock means how many hours have passed? From 8 o'clock today to next day 12 o'clock. How many hours have passed? 8 to 8 is 24. 8 to 12 it is 4. To 24 plus 4, 28 hours. अरे समझ में आता है क्या? Are you understanding? Okay. Now, Tell me, 101 for 204. Can he take 204 same day? Yes, he can take same day. Why? Because 5 hours are over. Now 8 o'clock morning he comes, 5:30 evening he can take the flight back. Yes or no? So now tell me, 8 o'clock morning to 5:30 same day evening. How many hours? How many hours? 8 o'clock morning to evening 5:30. How many hours? 9.5 hours. Correct, no? 9.5 hours. Anybody who has not followed? Everybody has followed. So I will prepare first table for all the pilots starting from Delhi. So like that, I will take 102 now. So this is my first table I'm preparing for. 102. 102 with 201. See, 102 pilot reaches at 9 o'clock. Can he take the 201 flight on same day? No. He has to take it on next day. Next day means from 9 o'clock today to 8 o'clock tomorrow. How many hours? 9 o'clock today to 8 o'clock tomorrow. How many hours? Oh, how 25 hours? You have to get 1 hour less now. 9 to 9, it is 24. 9 to 9, it is 24. So 1 hour less, 23 now. For 202 flight, it is 9 o'clock today to 8:30 tomorrow. 8:30 tomorrow. How many hours? Correct. 23.5 hours. 9 o'clock today to 12 o'clock tomorrow. How many hours? 27 hours. Very good. 27 hours. 9 o'clock today to 5:30 today. Is it possible? Is it possible? 9 o'clock today to 5:30 today. 5 hours are over? Yes, 5 hours are over. So I can take it today only. So 9 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 in the evening. How many hours? 8.5 hours. Have you understood? Like this, I will prepare table number 1. Then I will prepare like that only one more table, starting with Jaipur, reaching to Delhi. This is I'm starting with Jaipur, sorry, Delhi, reaching Jaipur. So I'm taking the first portion and connecting it with the second portion. After that, I will prepare one more table, starting with second portion, connecting it with the first portion. Okay? Interesting problem. Chalo, let us do it. Let us prepare the first table. But before that, we'll have to write some. So write down first. Write down. In solving the problem, write down. In solving the problem, in solving the problem, it is assumed that a plane flying from Delhi for Jaipur, a plane flying from Delhi to Jaipur must come back to Delhi, at the next available opportunity. At the next available opportunity. Next line, right? Let us start. To calculate the layover time calculate the layover time for a crew that is based in Delhi. That is based in Delhi. Okay, that is based in Delhi. Now, for that, we'll have to start as I've done. I have to consider the first table and connect it to the second table. Okay, so let us prepare the table. Table 1, crew based in Delhi. Table 1, crew based in Delhi. You have flight numbers 201, 202, 203, 204. Here you have flight numbers 101, 102, 103, 104. Okay. So what did he say? He said that if the pilot arrives at 8 o'clock at Jaipur, he can take the flight. I've done this working for you. First one I've done 24, 24.5, 28 and 9.5. I suppose all of you are having the problem sheet now with you. So I need not go back again and again. Have you downloaded? Now let us come to 103. 103 flight starts from Delhi at 1:30. Pilot comes to Jaipur at 2:30. If he comes to Jaipur at 2:30 in the afternoon, he cannot take the 201 flight on the same day. He has to take next day. So from 2:30 to 8 o'clock the next day, how many hours? How to calculate? 2:30 in the afternoon. So 2:30 in the afternoon to 2:30 early morning is 12 hours. 2:30 in the afternoon to 2:30 early morning is 12 hours. 2:30 to 8 is 5.5 hours. 2:30 to 8 is 5.5 hours. So 12 plus 5, 17.5 hours. Okay? 12 plus 5, 17.5 hours. Same way, 2:30, if he reaches, 8:30 flight will be 18 hours, sorry, half an hour more. 2:30 if he comes, next day if he takes 12 o'clock flight, then 24 minus 1.5, 21.5. 2:30 if he comes to Jaipur, next day 12 o'clock flight if he takes. And 2:30 if he comes to Jaipur, next day 5:30 flight will be 12 plus, 24 plus 3. 24 plus 3, 27 hours. Tell me for 104 now. What are the figures? Flight number 104. Pilot reaches at 7:30 p.m. he cannot take either of these flights on the same day. So all the flights will be on the next day. 7:30 in the evening to 8 o'clock next day. 24 plus half an hour. 24 and a half. Oh, sorry. 12 and a half. 7:30 in the night to 7:30 in the morning. 12 hours. So 12 and a half hours. Correct. 12 and a half hours. Then what will be the second figure? 7:30 to 8:30. 12 plus 1, 13 hours. 7:30 to 12:30, 12 o'clock. 7:30 to 7:30 it is 12, 12 hours. 7:30 to 12 is 4 and a half. Correct, no? 12 plus 4 and a half, 16 and a half. Last one. 7:30 today to tomorrow 5:30, 2 hours less. 24 minus 2, 22 hours. Correct? 12 and a half, 13, 16.5 and 22. Twelve and a half, 13, 16.5. Now this is for crew based in Delhi. Now we have to work the reverse now. Suppose the crew is based in Jaipur. Suppose the crew is based in Jaipur. So we'll have to look at the problem from Jaipur point of view. Same problem from Jaipur point of view. So right here table 2. Table 2. Crew based in Jaipur. Flight numbers are 201, 202, 203, 204, 101, 102, 103, 104. Now we are looking at the problem from Jaipur point of view. Let us see if you can tell me those figures now. Ready? Shall we start? Okay. Shall we start now? Let us work the first two rows. Pilot from Jaipur. I'm looking at this table now. Pilot from Jaipur starts at 8 o'clock, arrives Delhi at 9:15. So he can't take the same flight. Now we have to look at the departure time here. We have to look at this. Arrival time of this and departure time of this. 9:15. He cannot start at 7 o'clock same day. So 7 o'clock next day he will start. Okay? So 7 o'clock next day. So how many hours then? 9:15 today to tomorrow 7 o'clock. 21 hours 45 minutes. Correct, no? Now 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. So how do I write this? I will write this as 21.75. 3/4 means 75. Half means 0.5. So 15 minutes is 0.25. 30 minutes, half an hour means 0.3. 45 minutes means 0.75. Okay, like that it is. So 21 hours and 45 minutes. So 21.75 you write. 3/4 of an hour. You don't write 21.45. It is 21.75. Harshita, have you followed? Okay. Now, second one. Second one Flight 9:15. Can he take the 8 o'clock flight? If he takes 8 o'clock flight, how much time will he be spending? One more hour for 21.75. Tell me. Two zero one with 102. 201 with 102. Or if you want, you can take 202 with 101. Whatever combination you want. Let us complete this. 201 with 102. 201 with 102. 102, if he starts, he has to start at 8 o'clock. So 9:15 today to 8 o'clock tomorrow. One more hour. No? So this will be 22.75. If it is 103, then how much? Take it here. 103, then how much? We'll have to go column by column. 201 with 103, 130, 9:15 to 130. It is not 5 hours. Is it 5 hours? If he reaches at 9:15, can he take the flight 103 back on the same afternoon? No, he can't take. So he'll have to take it on the next day. 9:15 today, so next day 1:30. How much time? $28.25. 28.25. 28 hours. So 9:15 to 9:15. It is 24 hours. From 9:15 to 1:15, it is 4 hours. So 24 plus 4, 28. From 1:15 to 1:30, 15 minutes. 15 minutes out of 1 hour. It's 1/4 of an hour. So 28.25. For 104, 6:30. Can you take the 6:30 flight the same day? Answer is yes. 9:15 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. How much time? How much time? 9:15 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. 10:15, 11:15, 12:15, 1:15, 2:15, 3:15, 4:15, 5:15, 6:15. So 9 hours and 15 minutes. That is 9.25. Correct now? Chalo, prepare this table now. So 101, column wise you'll have to fill up now. It will be 21.75, 22.75, 28.25, and 9.25. Simply tell me the figures for 202. For 202, this is over now. For 202, pilot lands at 9:45. Okay, that means half an hour late. So everything will be less by half an hour. Everything will be less by half an hour. So 21.75 less by half an hour. 21.25. 22.75 less by half an hour. 22.25. Correct? This is less than half an hour. How much? 9:45 to 1:30. (9:45 to 1:30). How much? 10:45, 11:45, 12:45. Okay, so 3 hours. 24 plus 3, 27. 27.75. 27.75. Correct now. Next one. Half an hour less. 8.75. Write down this is 21.25, 22.25, 27.25, 27.75, and 8.75. Same way the figures for 203, 17.75, 18.75. 203 is landing at 150 now. So everything will be 4 hours less than the first column. Everything will be 4 hours less from the first column. 28 minus 4, 24 minus 24. 9 minus 4, 5.25. 6:45 p.m. Nine hours less than the second column. 9 hours less than the second column. So 21 minus 9 is 12.25. 22 minus 9 is 13.25. 27 minus 9 is 18.75. And this will be 23.75. Now what we have to do? Let us come back to the question. Our question is not yet formed here. My question is not yet formed. I have to form my question now. What are they saying? See this, I have underlined this part. The crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layover. The crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layover. So what is the meaning of that? How it is going to impact my problem? Now from these two tables, I have to prepare one table. From these two tables, I have to prepare one table. How? By taking the minimum of both of them. By taking the minimum of both of them, because they have given me that the crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layover. So for flight 101-201, this particular combination, here it is 24. So will the crew be based in Delhi or will the crew be based in Jaipur? Because here it is less. The crew will be based in Jaipur. So I will take this figure. Second one, 23 and 22.75, I will take this figure. 17.5 and 28.25, I will take this figure. 12.5 and 9.25, I will take 9.25. Second column, I will take 21.25. Then 22.25. Then 18. And then 8.75. Then 17.75. 18.75. 21.5. and 5.25. Sorry, 18.75, 21.25, 5.25. Then 12.25, this I will take 9.5, 8.5, 18.75, and 22. Correct, no? Any difficulty? What you have not understood? Simple thing. They have said that crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layover. So all these figures are what? They are the layovers. They are the time delay. Now time delay, whichever is, you compare the two tables and whichever is less, that figure you have to take. It's as simple as that. So 24 is more or 21.75 is more. 24 is more. So smaller is what? 21.75. 24.5 and 21.25, which is smaller? 21.25. 28 and 17.75, which is smaller? 17.75. 9.5 and 12.25, which is smaller? 9.5. Of the two tables, you have to take the minimum of the two figures. Now understood. Okay. So below this you write, since it is clearly given, that crew will be based at the city that results in smaller layout. Comma. Compare the layover smaller layover it is. Compare the layover and take the minimum of the two. Minimum of the two tables to get table 3. So in the first column you will get first row, we take row as 21.75, then 21.25, then 17.75, and 9.5. Then 22.75, 22.25, 18.75, 8.5. Then 17.5, 18, 21.5, 18.75. Last one, 9.25, 8.75, 5.25, and 22. So where the figures are coming from? Second table. All the figures are which are coming from second table are flights which are starting from the cruise at Jaipur. So the first 6 over here, I'll just mark them. These are all Jaipur cruise. Cruise which are coming. The pilot is coming from Jaipur. All these pilots are coming from Jaipur. The remaining are coming from Delhi. Okay. Now will you continue from here? Will you continue from here and tell me the answer? Or you want me to solve now? Students, answer now. Are you getting frightened to continue? We'll continue. Row operation. Same thing you have to do. Row operation. Minimum in that row 17.75. So 21 minus 17.75 is 4. We'll have the numbers. 201. Will you continue? 201, 202. Minimum number here is 9.5. Sorry. So 9.5 you have to subtract. Here it is 8.5 you have to subtract. Here it is 17.5 which is to be subtracted. Here it is 5.25 which is to be subtracted. Will you complete this? Okay. Tomorrow I'll give you the answer for this. Or if you complete it today, you can tell me the answer. You can put the answer on my WhatsApp. I'll tell you whether it is correct or not. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. You can try the last exam problem also. Exam problem, question number 7, question number 6, sorry. It's a June 18 question. You can try it for homework and get me the answer. Okay. Complete this first. And if you are completing this first, complete it today. After the lecture, sit and complete it. Do the row operation, column operation, and then do the same things that you are doing. Draw the lines. See which is, if your lines are coming to number of rows. Yes, same as before. Same operation. The only problem was to arrive at this particular table. Okay. And as I marked over here, you also mark which of the figures are coming from Jaipur. The ones which are marked with blue are coming from Jaipur. Why? Because my final answer I have to write whether the pilot is going to come from Jaipur or the pilot is going to come from Delhi. For example, if I assign this now, for example, if I assign this particular point, this particular block, then this pilot is coming from Jaipur. If I allot this particular block, then this pilot is coming from Delhi. Okay. So mark those points which you have taken from Jaipur. Right? So see you tomorrow, same time, 3:45 with new topic. Bye. Have a nice day.